We saw her gorgeous creations on her beautiful Easter table. Okay, now we're gonna learn the secret, how you made the beautiful cloth napkins. You put a gorgeous watercolor on there. Yep. And your beautiful centerpiece, your Easter eggs. So these, you bought tea towels.
Well, you know what? We're gonna do it on real napkins just because it's a little bit easier to break it down, but I do have the dish towel. Let me just tell you, these are from Walmart, and you can get 4 of them, I think, for about $7.
Good.
And my mother will be so happy I'm mentioning this on air.
Yeah.
She discovered these, or actually her friend Marg did.
Okay.
Back home in Nova Scotia. They're the best tea towels you've ever used in your life. They look like nothing, they feel like nothing.
Yeah.
But I like them better as napkins.
And reasonable price.
Super
I love that. Our moms love a deal, huh?
Oh, do they ever?
Yes. Like if I say to my mom, oh my gosh, I got it for $9.99, she'll say, I could have got it for $2.99. Really? She's like, yes.
Really? My mom just buys them for me.
Oh, good mommy.
No, listen, I think I might have a mouse in my garage, and my mom bought mouse poison and is mailing it to me from home.
Oh, Mom.
Like, that's
why they're the best. That's why they're the best.
I'm still 10 years old.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
I agree. Let's get back to the pretty.
We found the perfect either dish towel or napkin, and then you've laid out all of the beautiful colors we're going to have, because we're going to go pastel.
We're going to go pastel. Right? It's Easter. Let's do it. So basically what you do is you do 1 part paint to about 4 or 5 parts water, just to make it less saturated. Yep. The brighter you want it, the less water you use.
Makes
sense.
Then
you just give it a little stir.
Okay.
And then randomly, here's one thing I've learned after, I don't know, 6 years on the show?
Yeah.
I think, is that you don't have to be perfect.
No.
It only took me 5.9 years to figure that out. But you don't have to be, and the more random the pattern, I think the prettier that it looks, and it actually dries even nicer with little kind of edges, the color blending together.
Absolutely.
So you want some to blend together. You want some white space, though, just to give your eye a little bit of a place to rest.
For sure.
And then once you have all of the colors on there, I just took some of the paint and then I just flicked it in each color on top of all the different colors, and it just adds that extra layer of interest, which was really nice.
Yeah.
And I also think it's important that when you're doing something like this, maybe because I'm still a bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
I do it on each side individually so that you know what it's going to look like when it's folded on the table. If you open it up all the way and just go to town, you're not necessarily going to get the look that you want, because you may overdo the scale of the pattern because you're looking at a larger surface.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So fold it and just do each side individually.
Okay, so this is fun. Did you get the boys to help you?
No. I'm not going to lie to you with this one.
You don't have to. I understand.
You know what? And I'm going to be completely honest. I had a different plan for these napkins originally. And then when I opened it up and looked at the inside, this is what it looked like. So I ditched that one and just tried to copy that look for these. Yeah. And that's another tip for me, is that when you're working on a DIY project for the first time, you're not going to get it right.
No.
Maybe even the second time or the third time, you're not going to get it right. But when you do, what I learned from this one is take your completed project, set it in front of you, and then set up an assembly line. So I had all the other napkins laid out in front of me, and I just kind of did the pink on all of them, then added the blue to all of them, and then it feels less like creating art, which can feel intimidating and scary and overwhelming, and people think they can't do it, and more like you just take one little aspect of it and recreate it.
Recreate it.
Yeah.
This is really good advice. And then just go with the flow. You know, what you make is what you make, and it looks beautiful.
You just flip it over if that side didn't work.
Flip it over. So now with your beautiful hand-painted eggs, okay, so we can see now that this is the inspiration.
That's right.
What is this?
It's scrapbook paper. Honestly, when I'm looking for ideas, I do look online, but I find some of my best ideas come from just walking around a craft store and just seeing what they have and then looking for new ways to interpret it or use it. So this to me felt very springy, very Easter, and I thought it kind of tied in with the mural nicely. So it's funny, someone on Instagram asked me if I boil, empty, or do them raw.
What do you do?
I boil them because blowing them out grosses me out. And it does.
I get it.
And then doing them raw, if they broke, I'd lose my mind.
Right. You're not a perfectionist at all.
Okay. Maybe I'm still. Actually, I'm not, because one of them on here is partially broken, you guys. I just stuck it in the back. Yeah, I dropped it on the way here. So, and again, this is so simple. Do you want to try one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, acrylic paint, super easy.
Because this one looks hot. These are all of it. Wow, look at all of your little paintbrushes.
I know.
So that's good. Okay, does it matter? I should probably go for a fairly thin one, right?
Yeah, go for a fine one.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to switch it up here and do. So just take a color and make a flower. So here's the thing. I did the same thing with this that I did with the other. I created one that I thought turned out really well. It's on top, everybody. Surprise. And then I laid it down in front of me and I broke it into sections. So I did just... Oh.
Can I just do like...
You can do whatever you want.
Okay. I'm going to...
Here's an easy way to make a flower,
what I
but I don't know if this is too
guys.
small. Honestly, this brush is not my best friend right now. But
same with mine.
Right? What's happening? Oh, you know what it is?
Because it's DIY. I'm going to make it work.
If you're DIYing at home, don't set the paints out in a bright light for 2 hours before you start.
Is that why the paint's a little hard?
I think so.
Yeah.
Honestly, you just crisscross lines and then smooth them out.
I've just decided mine's more abstract.
Hey, that looks good.
Yeah?
That looks good.
It's, yeah, this is my, oh my goodness.
It is, it's good. And then, you do the same thing, like I said, on a bunch of different flowers.
Yeah.
You're allowing that side to dry before you flip it and do all the other parts. Otherwise, you're going to end up with paint all over your hands.
So wait a second. I do this side and then I set it somewhere so that...
Yeah.
And wait for it to dry without rolling.
Because I'm a little bit crazy, I didn't do it right now when I was home.
Yeah.
I let the egg roll until it stopped, and then I painted the top side first.
It's actually smart, Sarah.
So that it would set.
Yeah, that's smart.
Right?
Okay, so have some fun with this, you know, especially if you've got some time to hang out with your family and you can have some fun and, I don't know, not be a perfectionist about it. You can get everybody involved and get the kids in there to help. Oh, that's
for sure.
So good.
For sure.